तव कथामृतं तप्त जीवनम कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमंगलम श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। Yesterday, I was in New York, and one of our very young devotees, his Prakash Chakravarti, he took me to show the Statue of Liberty. From our childhood days, we have seen the picture, and that is the symbol of America. Since I went to New York, I was interested to go there, but you have to take a train, and then there's a huge crowd from different places. Then go near to the statue. It is an island, beautifully maintained. I saw that statue from so near, the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is a lady. She is holding a torch, fire. Now, if we look at it from a spiritual point of view, this is a symbol of liberty, freedom, political, economical, social freedom. This is in one way. And we need freedom. We love freedom. And the same freedom, same liberty, in our spiritual term, it is called mukti. Now, when we are oppressed by someone from outside, we can understand that, and we rebelled against this. We immediately make a group or unite together. We take up arms or different methods to be free from that oppression. But similarly, we are oppressed, we are bound life after life, but majority of us are not aware of it. Why? Because it is not coming from outside, it is from within. So the spiritual liberation, mukti, that is also very, very important. And we should be free from that liberation. Liberation from what? From desire, varieties of desire, different type of desire. And sometimes the desire is gross, and sometimes the desire is so subtle. Even the person in whose mind that desire is rising do not understand that, can't understand that. So that is the desire. So when we are angry, there is a desire suppressed, unfulfilled. The anger is the expression of unfulfilled desire. Something is unfulfilled. That is why the anxiety is also some type of desire not fulfilled or difficult to be fulfilled, so that anxiety. As a long back, Adi Shankaracharya, he is telling, he is giving a wonderful quotation, Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti Hetave Janmadharitam. Why you have taken the birth of a human form? To get the joy of liberation. When one is coming into America, he feels joy. One couple came, they are from India, and she was telling correctly, Swamiji, when we came here and we are wandering here and there we are going, we never feel that we are in a foreign country. Everything is so simple and everybody is cordial, I can do anything, nobody is going to interfere. So much of liberty, so much of freedom, and that way the America has developed their society. Excellent. So that is the reason one should cultivate liberty, liberation. Same way in the spiritual life too. In the spiritual life, the liberation, and that is the reason we have taken the human birth. Jivan mukti, sukha prapti. When you get that mukti free from the desire, what you achieve? Sukha, ananda, bliss. Not that you will have to suffer. No one suffers after giving away the desire. That is a very important thing. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also the same way, he fixed the goal of human life. Ishwar labh manushya jivaner uddeshya. The goal of human life is God realization. Now, some people may not understand it, some people may not agree, some people may not like it, that is afterwards. But those who understand it, they will full of joy. And what? After the realization of God, Ma Sharadamani Devi, in a different way, she is telling, if you want peace, Jodi Shanti Chao. Everybody is talking about the peace. But how? This United Nations that is also there, that building also I saw in New York, they are all from different countries, all over the world, representatives are there. The only one thing they are going on discussing, Shanti, peace. How to grow that peace, how to develop that peace, how to maintain that peace. And Ma Sharadamani Devi, she is talking about the peace in a very simple way. Don't find fault with others. Don't find fault with others. Now, sometime we will be telling how that can be, we can't find fault. Some people are killing others, is it not the fault? That's some mistakes. But suppose I was in that condition, maybe that I was also behaving the same way. Now that person is doing, why? Ignorant. Why? Dissatisfied desires. So anyway, that is a different thing to discuss. Here we find that the person who wants to get liberation, for him the liberation, the mukti, the liberty, the freedom, that should be the ultimate goal. And Sri Ramakrishna, while talking with the devotees on 14th December 1882 at Dakshineshwar, he is categorizing the different type of people. He said there are 4 classes of human beings. Today I was reading something happened. One lady who lost the mental balance, she was roaming around and she was taken by the government people and kept in that home, the destitute homes like that. And there, in charge of that home, the person tortured her, killed her, and then buried her body inside that same home. So anyway, afterwards it was found, and now the judge, while giving the judgment, he said, "You look like a human being, but you are not human. Not even the animals." So what type of person, people they are? Just the carnal desire so strong, they forget everything. So that's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, the people may look all same, but there are 4 groups. He is categorizing in this way. First he is telling bound, the person who is bound, baddha. The bound with full desire, constantly thinking about his own selfish motive, how to fulfill that, how to get that, and they are never satisfied and never happy. The more you give, the more they are asking for something else, the desire. So that is why they are called Baddhas. Those who do not believe in the existence of God at all. So we don't like to talk about this type of people. The second group, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, they are these people aspiring for liberation. Now they are not liberated, they are aspiring for liberation, aspiring for God realization. They have different stages also, grade also, groups also. But these people, they are aspiring for God realization. This is very important. In Sanskrit, they say mumukshuta or mumukshu. This is a great word, profound word, mumukshu. After so many thousands of births, only the desire to know the truth, desire to know God, desire to know the self, that comes in the mind. Otherwise not. People will never listen to you. We read in this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, that is the Panchama Veda, as I call it. There the descriptions are there. Some people are coming and sitting before Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the Bhagavan, the God himself, and he is talking about only about God, the pure love, and they think that they are suffocated. They like to go away from there. हिंदी में कहते कि घुटन होते हैं, suffocated, as if somebody has strangling them, forcing them. So that's why they get up and they like to go. The moment they go out, they see the world, they see the people, and they are very happy with those things. So this is called the Baddha, and Mumukshu, they are just starting to understand God, realize God. Sometimes they like to go to the holy people, listen to them, and at the same time they like to some extent the worldly enjoyments also. Again they come like this, and slowly they go on increasing. And what is this mumukshuta actually? What is this desire to be liberated, liberation? Where we are bound. Liberation, the word comes, the conception comes when it is naturally presupposes that we are bound by something, bound by something. What is that bondage? Bhagavan, Shankaracharya, he is writing in his Viveka He says that ahamkara adi dehantan bandhan ajnana kalpitan swa swarupa abodhena muktumicha mumukshuta. What is mumuksha? Mumukshuta? What is the desire to be liberated? What is that? Ahamkar, from the ahamkar, which is very subtle, to dehantan, this gross body, very subtle to this gross. Ahamkar to this body, egoism, ego consciousness to this body, it comes. Bandhana ajnana kalpitan, they understand it. Oh, this is totally illusory. And this is the ignorance. This is the fault. I am thinking I, but who am I? This body? The cage of some bones and then marrows and the blood and all these things. Is this me? It can never be. So this is ahamkara. I am telling that that I consciousness, the ego, from there to this body, because ego is always connected with the body. And then I and mine. First is I and then mine. So this I is the body. So from there it comes to the body, the I consciousness to the body. This is bandhan, this is the bondage. But this is illusory. When the person understands that, then he wants to try to understand Swaswarupa, what is the real nature? What is my real nature? Swaswarupa. Abobodhena. He wants to know, he wants to realize, and that desire is called mumukshuta. And this mumukshuta, the aspirant for the liberation. To the first is the baddha, the bound one, the selfish one, who can never think of anything else but only body, just like the animals, birds, insects. It's a human form, but no better than these creatures. Only this body, that is the only concern. So this is one type, and majority of the people are like that. In a Purana it says that 82,100,000 times the one has to take birth. And they are telling that 100,000 times just as inerts, stone and all. Another 100,000 times the plants, and then begins the life, so to say. And slowly from the insects it comes to the human life, and that also so many human birth. After that only the proper human birth. And then start the struggle, because this human body, it can do the judgment, it can take decision, it has discriminative power. From there it begins. It began from there, and slowly it's going towards the goal that's called God realization. And when it starts that God realization process, it's called mumukshu. And before that, same human being, baddha, is the bound one, mumukshu. The third category is liberated. And they are also very few, but there are liberated people. What is that liberation? They don't have any desire, no desire at all. So we find suddenly some person we come across, it's difficult to understand because apparently they are just normal. But inside they don't have any desire, name, fame, money, nothing, no desire is there. But they behave very normally as they are, whatever they are responsible to do, they are performing the duty, but no desire at all. So that way that person is liberated. And the fourth one, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, ever perfect. And when you find this, Sri Ramakrishna, he is telling that this world is like a fishing net. He is giving the example. Men are the fish, and God, whose Maya has created this world, is the fisherman. When the fish are entangled in the net, some of them try to tear through in order to get their liberation. They are like the men striving after liberation, mumukshu. But by no means all of them escape. Only a few jump out of the net with a loud splash. And then people say, there goes a big one. It is in like manner, 3 or 4 men attain liberation. Lokhe ekta duto ghuri kate. And the poet is writing that the millions of kites is all flying over there, all bound by the thread, and someone is holding it, it cannot go. But suddenly, one or two kites, it goes totally free and going in the, flying in the, gliding in that air. So lokhe acta duto, in millions only one or two get liberation, and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling only one or two. Again, some fish are so careful by nature that they are never caught in the net. Some beings of the ever perfect class, like Narada, are never entangled in this worldliness. But the bound creatures, he is giving the description, entangled in worldliness, will not come to their senses at all. They suffer so much misery and agony. They face so many dangers, and yet they will not wake up. One after another problems are coming. But after a few days, when they are out of that danger, out of that problem, again the same nature, they will go on. Sri Ramakrishna is giving the example, the camel loves to eat thorny bushes. The more it eats the thorns, the more the blood gushes from its mouth. Still, it must eat thorny plants and will never give them up. The man of worldly nature suffers so much sorrow and affliction, but he forgets it all in a few days and begins his old life over again. There is another characteristic of the bound soul, Sri Ramakrishna is telling. If you remove him from his worldly surroundings to a spiritual environment, it will pine away. The worm that grows in filth feels very happy there. It thrives in filth. It will die if you put it in a pot of rice. What a wonderful observation. So there are some people who are living in that dungeon, living in that filthy condition. But suppose we think that we will put them in a better place in the school and that environment, atmosphere, and we think that they will be happy. No, not at all. They like that type of atmosphere only. So that is called the bound. All remained silent. When Sri Ramakrishna was explaining like this, then the Vijaya Krishna Goswami, who was also one of the teachers in Brahma Samaj, but actually he broke away from that Brahma Samaj and started his own, and he was a devotee. Sri Ramakrishna told him that this is not your path, indirectly, many times, here also. He is asking, what must the bound soul's condition of mind be in order to achieve liberation? Sri Ramakrishna said, he can free himself from attachment if by the grace of God he cultivates a spirit of strong renunciation. Viveka Vairagya. You may remember that in our November program, many of you sang and danced with a song, Esheche Notun Manush, Dekhbi Jodi Aaye Chole. Why is a new person has come? If you like to see him, please come. Why he is new? Viveka Vairagya Jhuli, Du Kadhe Sada Jhule. Sri Ramakrishna's speciality is Viveka and Vairagya. Viveka means the capacity to discriminate between the real and the unreal, truth and the untruth. So that is called Viveka. When a person is having that type of capacity, then only he can be called as a human being. Unless and until you have that type of capacity, there are very highly educated people. Sometimes I see their letters. Sometimes they will be commenting in such a way, and with great authority they will be writing and thinking that people will appreciate it. But it is better that they should not speak in this way, because they are expressing their foolishness. They do not understand anything of spirituality, anything of unselfishness, anything of higher mentality, the fine type of mentality. They only survive over there. If anyone is special, anyone is not like that, immediately they think that they don't belong to this world, and they try to express in that way. So this is the things Swami Ramakrishna is telling. They are baddhas, and he is telling only that person can also get liberation. Everyone will be liberated, but the spirit of strong renunciation, that tyaga, vichara and tyaga, tyaga and vichara. Renunciation is tyaga. Renunciation is giving away. What we can give away? What we are having, what we are possessing. Giving away means what? Ego only. If we can give away our ego, then you are very, very successful person. Even in this world also, sometimes we find some of the people who are most successful in the society, but they have very, very less ego. They have the confidence. I am not naming over here, because there will be many other people also, but 2-3 people we know, they are so very successful in the present day world. But if you look at their life, they are so simple, so down to earth. They are successful because they are confident in their capacities, but they are not egoistic. So that is called renunciation. The moment detachment and renunciation, these are the two. Cultivate the spirit of strong renunciation. And what is that strong renunciation? He himself is putting this question. One who has only a mild spirit of renunciation says, well, all will happen in course of time. Let me now only repeat a name of God a little. And he thinks that that will be all right. But a man possessed of a strong spirit of renunciation feels restless for God. And afterwards he is telling, once a man realizes God through intense dispassion, he is no longer attached to worldliness. Even if he must lead the life of a householder, he is free from fear, from attachment. I will be bound, so I don't like to go there. Nothing like that, totally free. And he is roaming like a rhino. In the Vedanta, they say, is roaming like a rhino. I was in Assam, it is a place of rhino. And single horn rhinos. That's very special. And there was a flood, and that time I was driving, and the whole Kaziranga, that place is called Kaziranga, the huge area, the all protected animals are there, rhinos are the main. Suddenly I found a full grown rhino on the street, and the poor creature was so much afraid because of the water. It had to come on the street, but it was not his place. It was totally a new place for the rhino. So he was confused. Our driver, he was giving the horn, he was honking, and the rhino was running before the car. And he was very much inspired. See, we are driving a rhino, he was telling. I told, don't drive much, because suppose it turns round and looks at us, it will be very difficult for us. So this rhino is so strong, and it never cares for anything. It moves in the world like that, moves like a rhino. So that is called the moment you are having that dispassion, total detachment, we move like a rhino. And which one is then he is giving, suppose there are two magnets, one is big and the other is small. Which one will attract the iron? Obviously, the bigger one, and that is God. What we are attached to, these worldly things. This name, this fame, this beauty, this and this that. When you went to the Hollywood, they took me to a place, all the pavements, the footpaths, people are walking, small portion are marked by, I was not understanding what is it. People are standing over there taking photographs, some people are lying over there and others are taking the snaps. And why they are behaving like that? Oh, the names of the great actors and actresses are there, it is dedicated. And they have given money, those actors and actresses. So these people are real businessmen. They know how to take money. They took the money from those people and one's portion of that area. Not that it is totally kept for them. People are walking over that. But it is a star and then a name. So they are there. So like these only, but after some time, that will be removed, another star will come, with another name. Then we will forget. Then sometime someone will say, in that 60s, some person was a very famous actor. Can you please show a movie of that person? Like that only it will be. And then one day people will forget. They will be in the history only. So like that life goes. The moment we think in that way, it is called discrimination, vichar. The moment this discrimination comes, the strong discrimination, then comes dispassion. And when the dispassion comes, automatically renunciation. When we talk about the renunciation, we think it is about the sannyasins, about the monks. No. The renunciation of name and fame, even some people may be in the household. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Here, Shankaracharya, in his Vivek Chudamani again, is a wonderful book. In the 28 and 29 sloka, he is telling, there are different type of people. Those who are coming for God realization, about them. Those who cannot think of God, we are not discussing. Those who are already liberated and never bound, we are not discussing about them. Only those who are trying to get the liberation, about them he is telling, Manda, Madhyama Rupa Api. Manda, Madhyama Rupa Api. There is some grade of that desire. Some are very, very low, some are medium type. Vairagyena Shamadina. There are different type of practices. First is cultivation of giving away. The cultivation of giving away, that's called Vairagya. And then Shamadina, controlling the passions. Different type of desires are coming, and that is why in every society, in the religious practices means fasting. Religious practices means some of the austerities. Why? Shamadina. I can wear a shoe, but I won't. I have seen one of our brother there at Ganges. He is constantly walking barefoot. He can put on any shoe, but he won't do it. Like that. Sometimes people are practicing that type of austerity, physical austerity, mental austerity. And that way they are trying to Vairagyena Shamadina. Again, Prasadena Guru, with the blessings of the Guru, the preceptor, Siyam Praviddha Suyate Phalam. They will also get the result of their striving. So different type of, we have to go on striving, we have to go on practicing in different way, and the blessings of the Guru will be there. Then also they will one day have the strong capacity for discrimination, dispassion, renunciation. All these things will come. Unless and until this type of qualities are coming, no chance of understanding or realizing God. But vairagyam cha mumukshatvam tibram yashyadu vidyate. And those who have already achieved to that place, reached over there, vairagyam and mumukshutvam, desire to be liberated, so strong. And they want to be liberated here and right here. Ihachet abedit atha satyam asti, nachet iha abedit mahati vinasti. Unless and until you realize God here and now, you are going to lose a great thing in this life. We do not know in the next life whether we will get the human birth or not, whether we will get the same environment, circumstance, the family and all this, so that my pursuit towards the God realization can be achieved. We do not know. So try to get it here and now. Try to realize God here and now. In the Upanishad it says, Iha chet abedit atha satyamasti. Shankaracharya is also telling, Vairagyam cha mumukshutvam tibram yashyatu vidyate tasmineva arthabanta. For him only all these phalabanta shamadaya, all the practices, shama, dhamma, upurati, titiksha, shraddha, samadhana, all these practices, some people without knowing anything, they will be criticizing religion. Really, they are so great fools, and they think they are very, very intellectual people. They do not understand anything. If you like to know chemistry, you should have a basic thing about chemistry. If you do not understand anything basic, how you will understand that? When you go and see that cockpit, so many varieties of switches are there. If you don't have any idea about the uses of that, you will think that it is decoration. But each and everything has a use. If you don't understand how the propellers are working, the physics of it, you will wonder, oh, this is some people, they just made it like that. But complete physics, the science. So that is the same way, unless and until you are having these 6 things, shama, dhamma, upurati, titiksha, shraddha and samadhana, how can you judge the spirituality? How can you judge a spiritual person? How can you challenge his realization? So that is exactly what Shankaracharya is telling. You must have this type of qualities very strong, then only you will be able to understand God. Then he is asking Vijay, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, come here now and then. I like to see you very much. It is not only Vijay, he is giving the call to each and every devotee. Come here now and then. It's not a narrow thing, come to me, come to me. No, it's not a narrow thing. There are some people, they go to different type of temples, churches and other places. But if you come to Sri Ramakrishna, you will find the temple is very simple. Even in our headquarters, the Belur Math, if you go to the Sri Ramakrishna temple, only Sri Ramakrishna statue and nothing else. The Sri Ramakrishna statue is only white, and inside that sanctum sanctorium, that is also white, and all else a little dull, dark color. So that when you are entering into that is a wonderful architectural beauty, but your mind should be focused on God. And when you come out, you get a big bookshop. That is the thing. You get so many books, varieties of books, so many varieties of journals, magazines. Ramakrishna Mission, different centers are publishing in so many different languages. Friends, I will request you, if possible, to contribute and become a member of the Global Vedanta. That is the magazine that is published from Seattle Ashram, containing some of the articles from here about the Vedanta. It's a support, only $12 for the whole year, and I think you will get 4 issues. It's a support. And that way so many varieties in Japanese language, in different type of languages, magazines, reaching to the people, just going through the pages, 1 or 2 quotations. Sometimes the advertisement giving the quotation of Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Holy Mother, advertisement, but that inspires people. So that is the wonderful way, because human being is nothing but the thought. And if we can give the thought and take the thought to the millions of people, it's a great service. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling here in America what we are doing. Every week we are giving 3 classes, then special discourses, then the Bhakta Sammelan, spiritual retreats, and no other thing. Why? Because only we have to go on giving them the pure idea of religion. Otherwise, in the name of religion, superstitions and wrong conceptions will enter. And those only few souls who are blessed souls, who was trying to understand God, realize God, they will be misguided. Now, that is the reason that each and every center of the Ramakrishna Mission giving stress on book learning, book selling, discourses, conversation. That is the reason. And he is giving a call to Vijay, come here now and then. I like to see you very much. Then Vijay said, why are we bound like this? Why don't we see God? It's a very simple question. And every one of us, we feel why we are bound, why we can't see God. Then Sri Ramakrishna is telling Maya. This is the word that was coined by Shankaracharya to explain unexplicable thing. This is something, it is there, already there in our life. We are experiencing it every moment, but we cannot define it. We cannot express in words what exactly it is. Maya. Nothing but egotism of the embodied soul. This egotism has covered everything like a veil. All troubles come to end when the ego dies. By the grace of God, if by the grace of God a man but once realizes that he is not the doer, then he at once becomes a Jivan Mukta. We started our discourse by quoting Shankaracharya, Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti Hetabe Janmadharitam. What is the Jivan Mukta? He is totally free even in this life. That is the beauty. After death I am going to heaven. Nobody knows whether I am going or not. But here, if I am free totally, then though living in the body, he is liberated. He has nothing else to fear. That is nothing else to fear. Abhayam Satya Samsuddhi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. In the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the first 3 sloka, it gives the Daiva Sampat. When one realizes God, what happens? All these wonderful qualities we can see manifested in that person. So that is the very first thing is fearlessness. Why? The person knows that I am eternal, only this body is changing. That is fearlessness. So here Sri Ramakrishna is telling this Maya, that is to say the ego, is like a cloud. Now he is giving the example to make people understand. The sun cannot be seen on account of this thin patch of cloud. The sun is so big. Even then a small patch of cloud is covering the sun from our sight. Similarly, God, which is everywhere, is covered because of the Maya. When that disappears, one sees the sun. If by the grace of the Guru one's ego vanishes, then one sees God, the sun. One person, he was a rich man. He was a devotee. He took initiation from Sharadanandaji. He used to give lot of donation. And naturally, the people who are wealthy, they are a little bit of egoistic people. Not all, but some people. And when he used to go to his guru, Swami Sharadanandaji, he used to ask other people to go away. There were people who were afraid of him also, because he was the landlord, rich man, and the local people knew him, so they used to go away. He will go and say, "Oh, Swamiji, how are you?" like that. He will be talking, not giving proper respect to the Guru. Sharadanandaji used to. One day when he was talking with some people who were from the villages, he came and shouted at them, "Hey, you go away. Now I like to talk to Swamiji." Sharadanandaji, that day, he was so simple and quiet person, and never he was angry. That day he became furious and talked to him like that and told, "Go away from here." This man was insulted before those, and then he came out, and after that he was thinking, "I will show this Swami Sharadananda who am I. He has insulted me." Like that it went on and on and on. And then the Swami who told me, he told that he was invited by a gentleman in Kashi, Benares. When he reached the 2-3 Swamis, he told Swamiji, "My next door neighbor, when he came to know that you are coming from Ramakrishna mission, requested if you can please go and see him. He is in the deathbed, he cannot move. And he is an initiated disciple of Swami Sharadanandaji. Will you please visit?" They told, "Okay, no problem." Then this man himself told, "I am that person who behaved like this. Now I know why my Guru insulted me in that way. Previously I never could concentrate my mind. Previously I never could see the image of my Guru and God in my meditation. But after that day, my all thoughts were focused on Sharadanandaji, and now I understand why he insulted me. Through that insult, he gave the blessings. Whenever I close my eyes, I see him sitting before me, blessing me, along with my Ishta Devata." So that way the Guru, the powerful Guru, the divine Guru, they help. Here Sri Ramakrishna is telling, this is the way you can, by the blessings of the Guru, that Maya. What is that Maya? Ego. I am a rich man. So that ego. And that ego, he was separated from his Guru and the God. Now his Guru removed it. Now he is giving an example. Rama, who is God himself, was only 2.5 cubits ahead of Lakshmana. But Lakshmana couldn't see him because of Sita stood between them. So Lakshmana may be compared to the Jiva and the Sita Maya. Man cannot see on account of the barrier of Maya. Just look. I am creating a barrier in front of my face with this towel. Now you cannot see me, even though I am so near. Likewise, God is the nearest of all, but we cannot see Him on account of this covering of Maya. The Maya is ego, and ego creates everything. I am sleeping, I am eating, I am doing, this is mine, that is not mine. It is all related with I. But we do not know what is that I, and that is Maya. Swami Vivekananda in his Jnana Yoga lecture, if you read that Jnana Yoga lecture, it is wonderful. He is going on giving 2-3 sentences, and there is this is Maya, this is Maya. Maya means a sort of an illusion, and we cannot understand that illusion. And previously some type of, and I have seen even a magician when I was a young boy. Suddenly I saw some people in a crowd, they are watching something, I also joined them, and I saw that one person is showing the magic, a magician. And he was going on producing the eggs from here, from there, from everywhere. Now one boy, he challenged. He told, all these things false. I know. You are all holding, keeping all the eggs here and there and taking it out. That is. But he was going on doing like that. He said, come. Now you are a human being? Yes. Your head is not producing eggs? Yes. But now I see so many eggs inside your head. And he was going on picking eggs after eggs from his head. And he was so much terrified, he ran away from there. He jumped and ran away. So these people can do anything because lag bhel ki lag. Because it's not that something supernatural, a little bit of that power, and so much of the way, the technique they adopt. And that way they can do it. And they will be cutting a human body into 2 pieces. They will show you. People are flabbergasted. What happened? But next this person is coming out. Everything is Maya. And similarly, we see so many things. But this is Maya. Sri Ramakrishna is telling the discrimination. One person, he was sleeping, his wife went and forced him to wake him up, and then said, our only son has died right now. And the gentleman went, saw and sat by the dead body. He was not behaving in another way. He is not crying or expressing anything. Then naturally the wife became furious and she told, what type of person you are? You are not crying for this only child? Then he said, no, let me think. Right now, before you forced me to get up, I was seeing a dream, and there I was a king and I was having 7 sons. Now, after waking up, I found myself as a farmer and I am having only 1 son. Now I am thinking, shall I cry for those 7 or for the 1? Now, if we think in that way, it is really everything is nothing but the dream. Now, let us conclude about this Maya portion. I will try to understand this our next class by quoting Swami Vivekananda. It is very, very difficult. Narada, he was very proud that he is a devotee and he constantly lived with the God. And one day the God and the Narada was strolling, and Narada was telling, I can't understand why these people can't see you, can't realize you. He said, God said, that is because of the Maya. That power of illusion. So they are bound by that. Your power of illusion? I don't believe this. I am with you for such a long time, but I never felt any illusion. Oh, that is after. Anyway, Narad, I am feeling so much thirsty. Can you please go to that house and bring a glass of water for me? Narada went. He was just nearby. He went, knocked the door. A most beautiful woman opened the door. And immediately Narad forgot that what for he has come. And he started talking with that lady. What is your father's name? Can I approach him for your hand like this? And he forgot that the God is waiting over there for a glass of water. And then they married, and the gentleman was very happy. He gave all the property to Narada. Narada was also very happy. They had 2 little kids. And then one day, like now the India that our Srinagar is underwater, similarly, flood came, their whole building was covered with water. They came out, and he was holding, one child was sitting on his neck, another he was holding, and by another hand he was holding his wife. But when that force of water, the current of water, all the 3 they went, Narada fainted, and then somehow he found himself lying down, and then he got up and started crying, "Oh, my beloved wife, oh, my beautiful children, where they are." And then the God came and told Narada, "Have you brought my water? You were lying down over here sleeping. I sent you to the village to bring that glass of water. I am so much thirsty." Oh, then Narada told, "Who are you? What water you are talking about? Where are my family, my wife, the property, my children?" Then told Narada, "You are not married at all. How come that you are talking about the wife and the children?" Then Narada came into his senses and told, "Oh my God, is that Maya? My God, please don't show it to me again." So that way, constantly we think so many things are mine, mine and mine, but we do not know actually what is mine. So that is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, apply the oil and then break the jackfruit. You can enjoy the jackfruit, you can get everything, but it is not sticking. Take the name of God, understand the truth of this world, and then enter into the samsara. Enjoy, do all your duties, but don't be attached to this. So that is the ultimate teaching. And he was telling you, Sri Ramakrishna was telling, the jiva is nothing but the embodiment of Satchidananda. Jiva is nothing but the embodiment of Satchidananda. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Then Jiva Brahmaiva na apara. The Jiva, all beings are the same Supreme God and nothing else. So we are all gods, we cannot think of it, and that is called Maya. I am standing over here talking about Maya, but I don't understand what is exactly it is. You are sitting over there listening about this, but you don't understand really what is really Maya, and that is Maya. And who can break it? Who can take it out? Only God. The God is the only power by His grace can give us that freedom. The moment we are free from Maya, God bless us, let all of us reach to that point, that ultimate of our human life. The moment the Maya goes away, we can see we are nothing but the same God for whom we are searching, to whom we were praying. All these things will be totally 1 second, maybe fraction of a second removed, and the truth will come. And that truth is Satchid Ananda Sarupa. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Let that be our prayer. Let us conclude here, and in our next class we will discuss to some extent about the Maya. Now we will offer our pranam to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.